Today I have prepared for you the top 10 games created by one developer who earned a lot, Sally Face. So, let's start with something simple, but very soulful, psychedelic, and exciting. For example, Sally Face. This is an indie adventure game created by Steve Gabry, also known as Portable Moose. It tells the story of a guy named Sal Fisher who received a prosthetic face as a result of an incident. In the first episode, Sal and his father moved into the Addison apartments and almost witnessed a terrible murder. Sal finds his best friend, named Larry, and together with him discovers more and more strange things with each chapter, of which there are 5 in the game. Despite its simple concept, the game has gained well-deserved fans and a considerable number of 670,000 greenbacks. I warn you, the game contains some nasty scenes. Thomas Was Alone. This game was created by one person, although it would probably seem to you that 89 people from different countries and different directions worked on this game for about 5 years. Oh yes, I forgot to say that its announcement was postponed 17 times. Okay, now about the game. It was created by Mike Bethel. In it, we play as artificial intelligence. He appeared in the right place at the right time, but he grew wiser and learned to think and analyze the area. As he progresses, he asks himself the questions, who am I? Where I am? The game itself is made in 2D, although you can't call it 2D because you can see shadows on the walls behind Thomas, which is not typical for 2D. In general, quite beautiful visuals and gameplay, which did not quite deservedly receive $710,000. Axiom Verge. Oh, the 80s, retro time, Catch Me Brick, and 50 Blessings. If, of course, you understand what I mean. Axiom Verge is a game that can take you back to those very times. The game is made in the style of games of the 80s, but nevertheless, the developer worked hard on it. In the game, we control a certain scientist who, having slept well, finally woke up after an accident. Mermaids, some kind of supercomputers, contact us and ask us for help. Naturally, we have nothing to do, and we decide to help the mermaids. The gameplay is not interesting at first, but later you will definitely not be bored. Due to, probably, nostalgia, she earned $1.7 million. Stanley Parable. Reverse psychology is an interesting thing. It seems that they tell you to go to the left door, but you, by your own decision, go to the right one, because it seems to you that it is more interesting. Stanley Parable is a great example of this psychology. This game tells us the story of a young office plankton, Stanley, who sits at his desk and listens to instructions which button to press, in what sequence, and for how long to press it. Despite this, Stanley was happy. But at one point, all the employees suddenly disappeared somewhere, and following the words of the narrator, he must investigate this matter. But you probably already know that this game has a ton of event branches, and a ton of different endings. As a result, the developer received almost $7 million. Papers, Please Yes, this is the same border guard simulator. A former developer from the Naughty Dog studio, yes, Uncharted, and Last of Us, left the studio and decided to develop his own game in which you need to check documents and determine whether they are fake or real. 20 endings and the phrase "Glory to our Statska," which became a cult, gave the developer $9.2 million, and now he feeds his family and insulates his house just like in the game. Plague Inc. Evolved. Against the backdrop of all the events, the coronavirus simply disappeared as if it had never happened. But still, it exists, and this cannot be denied. Plague Inc. is a hit of 2020 because it was relevant against the backdrop of the Dan virus. Because of its mechanics, the game was even banned in some countries. But what is so interesting and special about it? Let's find out now. In this game, we probably play for a secret corporation for the production of viruses, bacteria, and other dangerous single-celled organisms. Having landed on any of all existing countries, we must develop our bacteria at the expense of DNA points. As a result, our bacteria must destroy the entire population of the Earth. Oops, accidentally escaped. There are a huge number of development variations, and they are all different, from the symptom of cough to coma. The game also has scenarios that add variety to the game. The game brought the developer $11 million. Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe. Stop. We talked about it 3 points ago. Yes, only this version is deluxe. Yes, in the original, there are quite a few endings, but at the same time, not many, 20 pieces. I want more. And then the developer added another 22 endings, and that is great. Unlike the original, Ultra Deluxe has already received $11 million compared to $7 million. The Binding of Isaac, Rebirth. The Crying Boy, or Isaac, has captivated many Bagel fans, and the Rebirth version is a remake of the original Isaac. For those who don't know, which is essentially impossible, this is a game in which we play as a little boy whose mother, while watching a religious program on TV, somehow heard that her son should be sacrificed, and Isaac, frightened, runs away to his basement, where his adventures begin. During the game, we kill monsters in our basement with the help of tears, and with the help of artifacts we can improve baby Isaac. At the end of the game we can get 16 endings. However, the game received $54 million. Phasmophobia. If I joked about Thomas was alone that you might think that it was created by a huge team. Then about Phasmophobia, I really thought that this game was created by a team. For those who don't know, Phasmophobia is a multiplayer survival horror game in which the player, along with friends, must explore paranormal places by interacting with ghosts and evidence of their existence. With the help of ghosts, the game developer earned exactly $100 million. Stardew Valley. Among all the games listed above, there are both cruel and scary, and quite harmless ones, but this game is distinguished by the absence of any violence, blood, and murder. Well, not really, there are murders, but they are not the least bit bloody and cruel, because we kill monsters in a cave. In general, the essence of this game is farming. Our hero inherits from his deceased grandfather a farm in the small town of Pelican, in the Stardew Valley. As we progress through the game, we will meet all the characters, return the farm to its original state, learn many secrets, and even start a family. In short, in this game, you have your hands full, in a different sense, naturally. The game also features a character builder. At the moment, version 1.5 has been released on PC and is only expected to be released on Android and iOS. However, just like the official port of Isaac on smartphones. But let's not be discouraged. The game earned $120 million. Our top games have come to an end. I hope that you found some new game for yourself and asked how much each game earned.